Hi, we're playing SteamWorld Dig, A Fistful of Dirt. So this is the original SteamWorld game. You might have seen the second game and SteamWorld Heist on the Nintendo Switch so far, but this is the original game that's now available on the Nintendo Switch, which is actually awesome. So this is sort of a classic game in the sense that this was their original effort. You might see that Dorothy there is familiar if you played the second one. And to start things off, I will say that this is a great sort of adventure. If you haven't played the second one yet, I definitely suggest trying this one out first. And if you haven't played the second one, it might be nice to get a context of where the actual character you sort of meet across the adventure, or who you're looking for really, comes from. And this is sort of tells that story, basically. Well, it definitely does tell that story. Because in the second one, you're actually out looking for Rusty, which is this character right here. I played this originally on the Xbox One, so even that was like a fair bit after after this game came out. So to try it out on the Nintendo Switch again is actually kind of nice, and it works well on the handhelds, or if you're actually, doing the full docked version of the game. I think it actually looks still really good with the HD graphics set, and it plays smoothly with the controls. So when you're working through here, you're playing as the character named Rusty. And I just want to again go off and say that SteamWorld Dig 2 is absolutely stellar and 100% worth your time. Definitely one of my favorite games on the Switch, being a fresh title on here, and I heavily suggest checking it out. Anyways, so when we're looking at this game, you're Rusty, and you're trying to find your uncle. And basically, yeah, it kind of goes from that. You're just working through this large area, as you can see I'm like level 6 zone, and you're basically just trying to mine and complete challenges and move through dungeon areas and fight monsters. Now, some aspects of this are actually a little bit more hardcore, I want to say. I don't know if they're more hardcore than the second one, but it's definitely very challenging because some of the aspects are hardcore, and it's not as forgiving, I want to say, in the sense that, you'll die and you lose all your stuff, and it's kind of like checkpoints aren't as easy and so forth like that. I did find, again, like with both of these SteamWorld games, there's such a large difficulty curve towards the ending boss, which is so strange. And I found that in the second one, and this one definitely too. I was like, what is going on with this? Oh, wow, I didn't even see those spikes there. So we're just sort of digging along here. Break those. Hope I don't die from these when I jump on. So anyways, we're going along, we're digging, we're trying to finish the story, figure out what's going on here. There's some sense of mystery, and there's a lot more to it than one might think of just digging. But what's really cool about this series is the fact that you sort of make your own platforming elements. So you have this, oh crap, large area of land. Oh, I'm dead, as you can see there. That's actually my first death. You have this large land area, and you're free to dig through it as you get more tools and stuff to dig through it properly with. You get better pickaxes and so forth. And you carve out your own platforming, which can be difficult too, because sometimes it's hard to get back up. And you also have all these other abilities, because, I mean, it is SteamWorld. So at one point you get kind of like a booster thing right here. It's like, you do that and it uses your water. You can see at the top bar there. You also have health and so forth. You just kind of run your tools. You get the tools by completing the dungeons. And kind of going from there. I can't break that. So it is really an epic adventure. I don't remember this one being particularly long. My notes were about, just like 3 hours of gameplay or so. But that's if you sit there and you do all the side things. There's other little adventures you can do. That's not something I really spend a whole lot of time on when I play games. It's just the luxury of time. So you definitely get a good amount of time out of this. And it does help round out the overall story. So aside from actually moving through the narrative, which I thought was actually quite excellent, despite being very small, like put in slowly and steadily. You come across things, you explore things, and it's that kind of game. You know, there's a lot of items that you work towards. Oh crap, I gotta play this thing. Not only on your body upgrades from finishing the dungeon type areas, but also in regards to like the items you can buy. You can buy bigger pouches, better lighting so you can see further out. You obtain this by collecting minerals in the ground, as you're seeing here. You break the special stones and you get different kinds of gems and minerals to use. There's lots of creatures along the way, and when you die you have to actually go like a fair bit, which is part of the issue I had. Was in that there was like a little bit of a difficulty to it. You know, sometimes you like difficulty, sometimes you don't. I'm just saying, you know, there's a bit of a challenge involved with those that might want crap, more of a casual type time. I'm gonna go cache these in here and actually show off all the different sort of items you can buy at the beginning. Again, this is very much at the start of the game, but again, keep in mind that I've played through this, so I already know everything that's happening with it. Just mostly wanting to check out how it performs on the Switch, because it's really cool that you can take this with you. And the type of game this is, being so, like, I don't want to say cartoonist, but, you know, you kind of that art style, it looks really good whether you're, you know, docked or on the go, like I've mentioned. I just really wanted to see how that performed, and it's nice that this whole little adventure, is available. It's so smooth to play, it works well with the Joy-Cons, and I think it looks really good on here. I definitely remember having like a really great time with this one, and definitely heavily suggest it. As you can see, we've got the selection of things. Sometimes you have to have orbs, you can buy ladders to help you get up. That kind of makes it a little bit easier, because there's certain parts where you dig so much out that you can't actually like climb, and you kind of get that idea, right? Cool lantern. I can't afford it, I'm $3 off. What am I gonna do? So this is right at the beginning, actually, this area here. It's like where the actual crap is. Yeah. It's like literally trash-onium or something. A lot of creatures. I don't know, like, I really do enjoy this one. I definitely, difficulty can be a thing with it, but crap, $3 worth, that's what I needed. Trying to upgrade my lantern. But it's a nice challenge, and you're gonna really like this game with like the little tiny things to it, you know. A lot of other details. You can also, like, you can run and jump higher and sort of stuff like that. There's a lot of little details, and they do a good job upgrading the characters. Particularly in the second one, you get like really souped up, which is cool. It's just like a really fun sort of cool lantern. If you upgrade your friends, that's nice. I don't know, I think it's just a nice little game. It's got a lot of heart to it, and it's just a lot of fun to play. So we're going to continue deeper so we actually get down to something that's... Ooh, what do we got here? I don't know if we can actually reach that, though, from this spot. It's not worth it to try and do that right now. Again, going to all the secrets, I should probably just go down the existing tunnel I've made. Yeah, that was one difficult part too, is like everything kind of comes back, and then it's just like, if you're getting beat by one spot, it's like, you know? You just kind of want to progress forward. And a little trickier to dig deeper down here, because all the stuff's going to get like tougher in texture. So it kind of like forces you to sit there sometimes and work through collecting minerals. It's like a bit of a busy work. But I think that's fine, because it sort of works to the charm of the game. Seriously? Come on. This thing's annoying. Really? Man. I keep working here. Oh, I think we're near our secret right now. But there's a lot of critters, which might kill me. Click those things. Obviously, those give us additional bits of like health and other resources. It's like a little tunnel area here. Let's see what we got in this. This is one of like the side challenges, which we have to. Gonna dig this out. Crap. Oh. There we go. Get some of those special orbs. Oh, a nice $50. That's what I'm talking about. We'll lose that in the next challenge cave, but you get the idea of it. It's just quick little challenges that you can do along the way while you're out adventuring. And then the main mission's like clearly marked. You really know where you're going. It's kind of linear in that regard, but very open in your freedom of how you get to places, or just how intense you want to be with your like mining experience. So we'll do this one here, and you actually see like an upgrade and everything coming into effect. Oh, we got doors. Oh, this is one of the more challenging ones. Well, not more challenging, but it's just like a little bit more involved than the others. Classic wall run in. Oh crap, I don't even know if I can actually do this. Let's see. And it's set up in like a particular way. They're very clever in how they design these sort of dungeon areas, which I do definitely admire. Crap, that was not good. Okay, we gotta try this again. Can we try this again? Oh yeah, we can. Okay. That's so you just don't walk under it. Gotcha. Crap. Were we supposed to go? It's been a while. Keep in mind. Yeah, we gotta go. Do we have to go under? Let me see this. Yep. Got it. Got it. Got it. I think there's some puzzle solving in this. You can click the button, or you can also like tap upwards too, if that makes sense. I think it's kind of neat. So that's one spot of it. And we're just kind of going through this puzzle. I think it's a good idea to show off this aspect of it. Do we have to dig down there? I'm not sure if it wants me to. There we go, it's another switch. Get it because we're on the Nintendo Switch? What? Nah, I'm just messing. But I'm very happy with the performance of this on here. I think it's a game that really is like sort of well suited for the platform too. All the SteamWorld games are. And I'm a little disappointed I didn't actually end up getting the SteamWorld Heist to check out when that one was available. I just never got in touch with them or whatever about it. Because that's the only one I actually haven't played. But I can't, endorse this franchise enough. There's a lot of charm with the characters, and they do a really great job with things. Okay, up we go. See, it wasn't too hard, but obviously, difficulty increases and so forth as you progress further in these games. Huzzah! Woo! Cool. Now we got a drill. And you can kind of get an idea that it's like rust to get stronger, the more you go and the more things you do, the more items you unlock, the more you buy. And it's just kind of you get a nice sense of progression with it all, if that makes sense. You get to see him change and become more heroic. Crap. And take on more dangerous creatures. And obviously there's like boss fight type situations too. Let's get out of here. And then we gotta go even deeper. But that is SteamWorld Dig, A Fistful of Dirt. I highly suggest this one. How? As it's a lot of fun. And definitely one of the games I really enjoy. Oh, God. Terrible. So yeah, this one's great. The second one's fantastic. And I'm sure Heist is just as good if you never played them. They complement each other well. There's a lot of effort in making these games really cool looking. This is a very unique art style. And while it has aged a bit, I still think it looks really good visually.